Alright guys, so a lot of you guys have been asking what do I consume for a post-workout shake, and I'm going to tell you that. Seems like a lot of the really popular people do, so because I'm really popular and I get so many views, because all you guys asked, no, nobody fucking asked me to do this. I'm just doing this because I feel like it, and because, yes, other popular people do it, and people may be interested in what a food scientist has to say or make. So that's what I'm going to do. I have a couple products over here. This is an endorsement of anything. This is just what I do, so what I use for a protein or where I buy my pistachios or whatever that shit. It's really up to you. This one time, though, I had in California pistachios. They're typically really good, but eating them willy-nilly, I happened upon a maggot. Yet I didn't know, because there was like another one in another. This bag must have been fucked, or this batch or whatever. It must have had a really big issue with insects. Maybe they weren't using a bunch of pesticides, so maybe that is a good company. But anyways, so I popped it in my mouth and I chewed it, and it was rancid. It was gross as hell. Looked at another one, boom, fucking maggot. I don't know, some sort of larva, but that was a horrible experience. I have yet to get that with these. Where these come from? Well, these come from Cali too. But that's my experience for that. But again, I'm not endorsing anything, and I just hated that because, well, I'll tell you my experience. Alright, so I'll bring you over. Because, well, let's see if you can see. You can't really see shit. Alright, so, yeah, I have these pistachios. I normally put in about like a half a cup here of pistachios. I normally do about, again, like another half a cup of cherries. Sometimes I'll typically do blueberries. I find the frozen blueberries to not have great flavor qualities, typically probably because they use lesser quality fruit when they're making frozen products, because, you know, if you blend them in your smoothie, you don't typically taste the same flavors. Even though freezing is a great process to preserve nutrients, just because of the logistics of what is frozen and what is fresh, they generally taste worse, I feel like. Some flavor compounds may degrade too. So I'll go back to here. So the cherry or the pistachios add a little bit of protein, which is kind of unnecessary when I'm using a protein powder, but they add some good fats into my diet, so get my calories up, and they get sort of a smoothness. Also add some salt, which gives it a good flavor quality. Here, this is the nutritional facts panel. Boom. You can pause that or whatever. The other thing I find really essential for making a good smoothie is a avocado, or at least half an avocado. Because what the avocado does is, I'll show you in a little bit. I have my smoothie already made here. I know it looks gross right now, but I swear it'll get better. What the avocado does is that it smooths out the smoothie. So some say that will happen also with the bananas. And what happens when you have the, you know, you just get basically almost like a milkshake-like texture. So you put your avocados in the fridge for a little bit, get them nice and cool, throw them in, mix them up with your whatever, and then generally it'll become smooth. So if you're doing like a super protein or super fruit kind of thing, sometimes it'll get like really grainy or really textured, and the avocado will take away from that a little bit. So it'll actually smooth it out and make it pretty delicious. So the protein powder I use, I find, I'll endorse this in this way. This tastes great. This and the chocolate one are really good. Flavor's really impactful for when I'm trying to find a protein shake. I hate something that tastes like shit, so I'm going to go with a delicious protein shake. And basically it's all natural. They use stevia, and even though there's still some linkages to stevia and stomach cancer and blah blah blah. If you need to study, let me know. And so that's basically the nutritional profile that it has. I like it because it breaks down. Where is it? all of the amino acid profiles that may not necessarily be done in some other protein shakes. I know my leucine content, my arginine, and all that stuff, along with a couple other essential microfracture or whatever the fuck. But basically, making sure I do 2 scoops of this. It has a relatively, it's not like a mass gainer, so it doesn't have any intensive carbohydrates or anything. So yeah, that's its bromelain. So it's some enzymes to break things down, some lipase, some protease, peptidase. So it'll break down your fats and stuff. So it's a pretty damn good product. Personally, I would get it. Matter of fact, I did. Alright, enough of that. So the next thing I do here is some bananas. So I freeze up some bananas. Again, something cold after working hard in the gym is, for me, something that I want. Room temperature kind of sucks. Something, when I'm drinking, I'm trying to drink something refreshing. So making it cold is pretty essential. So yeah, then I just add like about, again, half a cup. This is pretty much a half recipe. Actually, I think I do a quarter cup of pistachios. So like a quarter cup of pistachios, half a cup of cherries, 30 grams of protein, an avocado, half an avocado, quarter cup to a quarter cup of bananas, and then I just mix that in with water. And ooh, that looks so gross. Blah, blah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. This is also, let's see if I can use my chin to, okay, sort of, kind of. Oh, nope, not going to work. Alright, so this is, again, I suppose going to be an endorsement for, but I'm not necessarily implying, so I'm sure other brands are pretty comparable, but, the Ninja. So, this thing kicks some ass. Professional, blah blah blah, costs blah blah blah. But really, so there it is. And it's basically instantly blended together. Like, it's, the power of this thing is kind of absurd. So, if you're having trouble getting the particle size that is right for you, then I would suggest maybe getting a more powerful blender. I'm going to put you guys over here for a second. Yeah, this is so professional, right? Well, if I had a fucking cameraman at 2 a.m., maybe I'd be able to do this. My friends don't stay up wicked fucking late like I do. It's not healthy, but currently it's my lifestyle, and it's not a great one, but alright. So, I don't know if you guys can see, but that's sort of the consistency. I think it's great. It tastes sweet. It's got some nice, good fats in there, like just kind of even and smoothing it out, like a creamy sweetness. And then it pulls it together with that pistachio flavor coming through. And you don't get much of the banana, but like you pretty much get the sugar with the banana. And it's really a great protein shake. Again, the consistency is fairly, I don't know if you guys can see that, but calorie content, it's about, probably getting, let's see if I can do this right, about like 150, half an avocado, quarter cup here, probably about another like 80, then, I mean, we could go higher in calories, but this is probably about like a 360 calorie content, maybe a little bit more. But it's phenomenal. I'd really do it. I just finished shoulders. Let me know if you guys try this, or find anything that I said useful. Let me know. Also, with the freezing of the bananas, I'm not 100% sure of this, but typically I find the freezing to actually enhance sweetness of the banana. I think it's probably because of two reasons. Generally, when you freeze it, the fruit gets softer, and this is because when the ice crystals grow slowly, they'll break apart the cell walls and cell structure of the whatever you're freezing. And that sort of increases surface area, so it'll also increase sweetness. Also, when you're freezing it, you're pulling out water. Some may not know that, but yeah, you're going to be pulling out some of the water, and so the lower your water content, you essentially increase the relative concentration of sugar, so that could have an additive effect on how sweet your thing is, your product is. It may vary from one fruit or vegetable to another, but that's what I find personally. Alright, so maybe you found this useful, and maybe you found me babbling like a piece of shit. But regardless, this is my video. This is my channel, so I do whatever the fuck I want. Again, this has been Uniform Health, where we give a uniform perspective on diet and exercise. Thank you.